Hello everyone. Welcome to the last episode of FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock with Arturio Amaris. Yes, that's correct. I said the last episode. So, some of you may have started to suspect that this was the case, that, the series was coming to an end. And I have to tell you, really what kind of happened is I just kind of burned out. The wife and I were getting ready to go on vacation, and it was a trip that we had planned for almost a year because, that's how we do everything. We plan everything way ahead of time. And as it got closer and closer, and I realized I needed to have content for that time or I'd leave this great big gap, and apparently that's a bad thing. Instead of doing like 3 episodes a week that I had been doing, I was recording more like 6 so that I would have extras. And, in order to do that, I was getting up very early before work. And I would pretty much all weekend, I would play all weekend to the extent that I was able, around the things that we had to do. Just trying to put content out there. And honestly, when we went on vacation and I didn't play for 2 weeks, I came back and we've been back for 2-3 weeks now, something like that. I didn't really have an urge to play. And so, although that huge backlog of videos that I had, they posted and not very many people watched them. And that's fine. It's, if people watch or not, that's their business. It's not really nothing I can do about it. My numbers tend to be a little better every time I start something new. But even like the first series I did, Galactic Science, my numbers were very good. When I did Hypovolemia, my numbers were not as good, but they were okay. And when I started Infinity Skyblock, my numbers were pretty good. They were almost better than they were when I did Galactic Science. They were real close. But they kind of ramped off. And lately, what I'm seeing in the last couple of weeks is really there's only about 10 people that are really watching any of the stuff I'm doing, whether it's Infinity Skyblock or if it's the Captive Minecraft series, which is done as well. I'm just waiting for the videos to post on the schedule I've set up. And that's always the danger when you do something like this. I mean, I was really kind of doing this for fun, hoping to reach people who, might get something out of the things I build and maybe some inspiration, maybe they would learn something, or maybe they would just enjoy watching what I was doing. And, to some extent that happens and there are people who are watching and stuff like that. But, the effort that it takes to put these together on the kind of schedule I was doing, I just can't maintain that forever. Basically the way YouTube works is you put videos out there, you create an AdSense account, and you tell it to monetize your account so that it puts ads in it, and then you decide how many ads are going to be in the videos that you post. And then when people start watching them, if people watch your videos and if they sit through the ads without skipping them or without using ad block software, then you get credit for those ads being watched. And that translates to money. Now, what they don't tell you is it's a minuscule amount of money unless you have huge, huge, huge numbers. And, I've got a full-time job. I make a decent living. I wasn't expecting to make any money off of this. I just thought it would be kind of cool, if some of the money that I have spent on this for external hard drives and software and microphones and stuff like that, if I could recoup some of that money. But what they don't find out until you've gone to all that trouble of setting up your YouTube account and your AdSense account and all that is that Google, who owns YouTube, they don't even want to talk to you until you've generated $100 in revenue. They don't want to know anything about your bank or anything like that until, okay, that's not actually true. I did get a letter from them saying, hey, here's how you go do the next step, and here's how you would go provide us that information when you get to the point of reimbursal. But I've been doing this for 7 months. I've got 140 some videos out there. Some of them have as many as 500-600 views, all that kind of stuff. And the bottom line is I've generated $33 in revenue. So another 14 months at the pace I've been going for the last 7, and I would finally get a dispersal check from Google. And if my viewership continued to grow, that might speed up and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But what I'm seeing is my viewership's not really growing. There's only so big of a market for Minecraft. There's only so many people who play Minecraft. And the number of people who are creating videos, and videos, quite frankly, that are better than mine. I'm not ashamed to say that. People who've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, you would expect them to be better at it than I am. It's hard to compete with that. And you can look at doing things like taking out ads and things like that, but then that just further puts you behind the 8 ball of, I was just trying to get the money back I've put into setting up to do this, which is, a couple of $100. And if I have to start adding to build a viewership base, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do that. If I were enjoying it the way I had been, I would keep doing it. But honestly, I'm just a little burned out right now. And this happens to everybody who plays video games, especially when you have something that you play as much as I was playing Minecraft, is you get to a point where it's like you just don't want to play anymore. And I'm too much of a builder to give up Minecraft or games like Minecraft forever. At some point, there'll be a creative urge, and I'll want to build stuff, and I want to build stuff virtually, and I'll start either playing Minecraft or some sort of game. I just don't know when that is. Now, when I do find something that I want to play, and something that I feel like I can create content that people will be interested in, one thing I can tell you is I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. As long as it's fun to play and record, I'll do it. If it stops being fun, I'm going to stop, just like I am right now. But also, I'm not going to try to keep to some crazy schedule. I think I can reasonably do 2 episodes a week. 3 is kind of pushing it. In order to have enough content to put out 3 videos a week, I have to play more than really I'm comfortable with, and certainly more than my wife is comfortable with, because, sitting here playing Minecraft is kind of a solitary act, and, it doesn't make for much of a relationship when you're sitting on a computer all the time playing Minecraft, and, you're the person you love is just kind of waiting for you to be done. So, like I said, I think I could do two episodes a week without a problem. I think 3 is really kind of pushing the bounds of what's fair to my marriage. And certainly the 6 I was doing, trying to build up a backlog for vacation, that's just untenable. I'm surprised I was able to do that for the month or 6 weeks I was doing it. And in the future, the next time we go on vacation, if I ever do start recording again, I'm not going to do that. If we go on vacation and we're gone for 2 weeks, there's just going to be a lag for 2 weeks, and that's just going to have to be how it is. So anyway, I think that concludes this. There's only one thing that happened off camera after the last episode was recorded, which actually that last episode was recorded almost 6 weeks ago, was I had made solar panels, and I don't know what I did with them. They may be in here. And then off camera, I made more until I got to the point where I had one resonant solar panel. And so this is not bad. It's 512 RF a tick. You know, so this actually would be a fairly substantial increase to my power. But I'll be honest, this was about 3 hours of making solar panels and combining them and making subcomponents and you know, so that's pretty extensive. And that isn't even the end. Like, that's, you know, the fourth of 6 possible solar panels. So like these ones here, the advanced solar panels, those are a tremendous leap in power from 512 to 496, which is what you should expect. It takes 8 of these to make one of these, so it's an 8 times increase. And then this one here is another 8 times increase. So basically, it would take me, my estimate is, unless I were to set up automation and stuff like that, it would take probably, I don't know, probably 8 or 16 hours to make this, and then, you know, to do it manually, it's just, I don't think it's really possible or reasonable to do these manually. So that's the only thing that happened after the last episode aired that you guys hadn't seen. I didn't really do anything else to the world, so the configuration is, you know, still exactly what you saw in the last episode. And so you're not really missing out on anything. There's not any content that you're not getting to see. I'm just not going to continue with the series. So on that note, I hope you all understand, and you know, I will be back at some point recording something. Who knows, maybe I'll record videos of me doing the 3D modeling I do for fun. I'm not a phenomenal Photoshop artist, but I do some stuff in Photoshop, and sometimes it turns out pretty nice. So maybe I'll do videos of that just to see kind of what people's reception is. And maybe at some point I'll find a game that I find interesting. Like right now I'm kind of playing Hearthstone a little bit. I'm not great at Hearthstone. And I don't know that would really interest anyone, so I'm not going to record that. But so I think that's going to do it for now. Peek back every now and again and just kind of check out and see if I've started posting again, or if you've subscribed to me, you'll probably get videos in your feed from me and stuff like that. But for everyone who's been watching all this time, and you know, for those few people who probably will be legitimately sorry to see me not recording, I do thank you for your time watching. I appreciate all the comments. I'm sorry I wasn't able to respond to all of them. You know, and I'm sorry I never got to put moss on my weapons and tools like SRH wanted, and you know, all the other things that people wanted me to do that I didn't get around to doing. I apologize for that, and I do appreciate you watching, and I will see you at some point in the future. This is Arturo Ramirez signing out.